This broadcast is presented by the Flyers Cup and SFBN, who own all broadcast rights. Any other use of this telecast or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of this game, including social media, is strictly prohibited.
45 years strong of the Flyers Cup. The tradition continues that began in 1981. This is the local high school hockey championship for the greater Philadelphia region. And here we are at Hatfield Ice Rink in Colmar, Pennsylvania. Bob Rotruck, so happy to be back for my 5th season covering the Flyers Cup, presented exclusively on the Sports Fan Base Network on YouTube. 1 versus 8 in the AAA bracket coming up. The favorite, the Holy Ghost Prep Firebirds against the Owen J. Roberts Wildcats, the Flyers Cup, and it's on the way, and we're dropping the puck in just moments. It has already been a historic season for John Ritchie's Holy Ghost Prep Firebirds, for the first time ever winning the Founders Cup, the APAC title. And they defeated LaSalle for a 3rd time this year, and that's the 2-time Flyers Cup champions. It's certainly the 2-time defending Flyers Cup champions, I should say. And it certainly seems like it could be in the making for a rematch for a Flyers Cup title and a berth in the state championship game. However, both teams, LaSalle as well as the 1-seed Holy Ghost, they got to get through their opening round games first. And for Holy Ghost, taking on Owen J. Roberts out of the ICSHL Pioneer, where they went 9-7 in conference and 11-10 overall, a 2-seed in their conference tournament. They lost in the semis against Springford 4-0. They have Josh Bernheimer in goal. And Jack Unger for Holy Ghost has been phenomenal this year, 11-2-1, a goals against average of 180 and a save percentage of .922. So it's been kind of a goaltender season, I think it's fair to say, in the APAC this year. They beat LaSalle 6-4 for their first ever Founders Cup title in the APAC. Joe Kaufman had the game-winning goal with 12:32 left to break a 3-3 tie. 4 times Flyers Cup champion Holy Ghost Prep Firebirds, but not for about 10 years, since 2015, the last time they won it all. The winner of this one meets the winner of the 4 versus 5 matchup, Malvern Prep versus Salesianum. And here we go. Brady Logue, who led the APAC in scoring with 35 points on 19 goals and 16 assists, is on the opening faceoff against Luke Armstrong of Owen J. Roberts, who wins the opening draw. There's Carter Ritz, who's going to sail it in deep, and the goaltender back there, Jack Unger, who chipped it over into the corner. Trying to win it on the back check, that's William Harmer, and played away. On the other side on D, Ryan Lippy, little headman toss and out to center. Owen J. Roberts is going to have to limit the offensive attack of Holy Ghost to try to stay around in this game. 1 versus 8 doesn't happen every day, but the Flyers Cup has been made on upsets and well known for some real stunners in years past. Richard Pupek down in the corner and now trying to pick it up there as their top gun Logue. Stolen by Owen J. Roberts. Ritz couldn't get anything going on that. And Brady Flynn back the other way for Holy Ghost. And now a bouncer. And I think it went briefly out of play somewhere around the Holy Ghost bench. Somewhere in the vicinity of head coach John Ritchie. What a comeback year it has really been for Holy Ghost. And what a wonderful story after they were a 4 seed coming into the Flyers Cup last year. But 18-4-1. To win the APAC title and to defeat LaSalle 3 times, and I mean competitive games. So are we going to get round 4 between Holy Ghost and LaSalle? I think many are kind of anticipating that as a possibility. Rennie trying to center there, and it bounced off the stick. It looked like of Colin Barra and over to the corner. Jake Kuhn will push it up to center and block down there Lucas Gonzalez. And here comes Barra with 4 goals this year. He's checked into the corner there. Kuhn getting a little physical and rolled in behind the goal for the red-jerseyed Owen J. Roberts Wildcats here at the AAA level and playing with the big boys here today. Colin Barra, and now played back to the blue line for Owen J. Roberts. This is senior defenseman Evan Foster. Pupek had it taken away by Kinnery. Lucas Gonzalez had it knocked away. Gonzalez, a junior, and it's shot all the way in. And no shots on goal, and this is the kind of game that the Wildcats, I would think, would prefer. Just keep it a little slower and sluggish and see if you can pop in a goal. It's knocked back into the Holy Ghost zone, and chasing after it in the corner is Jackson Major over there, number 10. And working for it is Max Connell as well. Connell is taken off of the puck. Joe Kaufman, a senior blue liner, banking it forward, very methodical here. Chase Logue trying to tip it forward for Gavahan, and then it's going to be covered by goaltender Josh Bernheimer back in the Owen J. Roberts zone. Bernheimer going 3-2 on the season with a goals against average of .483 and a save percentage of .784. And here we are now, over almost 2.5 minutes into the game, not quite. Still awaiting our first shot on goal for either side. On the face-off, it's John Gavahan on the draw and pushed over into the corner with Charles McAteer finding the opening and spinning one all the way down to the Holy Ghost side. That's to Barrio back there, but that's an icing. So an offensive zone face-off coming up for Holy Ghost into the Owen J. Roberts zone. So Brady Logue led the APAC in scoring this year, 19 goals and 16 assists for 35 points. Joe Spadacino was 3rd in the league with 24 points, and Brian Kinnery 4th in the league with 22 points, so they had 3 of the top 4 scorers in the league. Popped around the boards from behind their own goal, and Ryan Lippy steps up to keep it in. Owen J. Roberts just finding an exit. Good pace on that. Well, I thought it was good pace. It's going to make it all the way for an icing. Alex Makijo was there chasing after it and trying to beat the icing, but couldn't do it. So another offensive zone face-off here forthcoming for Holy Ghost. 6-4 winners over LaSalle, breaking a 3-3 tie. They had a 3-0 lead. LaSalle rallied for 3 goals in the second to tie it. Wild back and forth game. And then the game winner with 12.5 left in the third period for Joe Kaufman on their way to a 6-4 win. Pushed out to center. Tiberio rifle it right back in. There's the goaltender for Owen J. Roberts, Bernheimer, handing it off, and the Wildcats couldn't find the clear. Kept it on the blue line. Marshall cutting out in front. Goal! Marshall found Brady Logue with his first of the Flyers Cup. With 13:59 to go in the first period, Brady Logue, the leading scorer in the APAC this year, from Chris Marshall. And it is 1-0 Holy Ghost. First shot on goal, and he buries it glove side on Josh Bernheimer. Cutting in all alone. That was a good play on the assist there for Marshall to keep it in on the point and identify him in the middle. So yeah, Brady Logue can shoot it. Now his 20th goal of the season in total. Pushed back to the neutral zone, and Nate Romer is there, chipping it forward for William Harmer and sent in deep into the zone. up high, and there's a shot and a pad save. Hanging on Bernheimer on the drive by Nate Romer, the sophomore defenseman. 13:37 to go in the first period. I guess they had a couple other shots officially on Bernheimer, so the shots are officially listed at 4-0. Into the forecheck comes Harmer, and winning that for Brady Logue, who's going to swoop out of the top of the left circle. Lippy is trying to shoot it on, and that was blocked a little bit there by Anthony Kuhn, and now it's knocked out in front, digging for it, poked back to the blue line, stepping up and stripped of the puck, stolen back by Colin Doherty, and here comes Kuhn, emerging the other way, just throws it on net to be covered by the senior goaltender Jack Unger. 11-2-1 with a goals against of 180 and a save percentage of .922. He's been terrific for this Holy Ghost Prep Firebirds team that finished 18-4-1 and gave up just 46 goals all season, a goal differential of 51, 97 goals for and 51 goals against. LaSalle and St. Joe's and Malvern, you know, the tradition has been for the APAC to go undefeated in the first round, and then all the APAC teams meet up in the semifinals. But, you know, sometimes exceptions can happen. Face-off for Holy Ghost, and Joe Kaufman up there for Lucas Gonzalez on the move. And a big shot, missing wide. Kaufman, he had a hammer, missed it on the stick side of Josh Bernheimer. Setting up from behind the goal is Brian Kinner. He tried to play it back to the point. Brady Flynn nicely keeping it in on the backhand, but staying with it is big Joe Toner. Pushed it out to center. Toner lost his glove on some contact at center. Holy Ghost rocking in there and a stick save on the shot on the move for Lucas Gonzalez. That's a nice save on a sharp angle for Josh Bernheimer. They're going to need a big game out of him for Owen J. Roberts to just keep this reasonable and to stay in the game. I think, you know, mostly they know that they are very long shots here against a powerhouse Holy Ghost team this year at 18-4-1. Marshall is going to flip it forward. It's blocked down by O.J. Roberts, Charles McAteer, and trying to push his way through is Jackson Major. Rolled in deep into the zone, and from their side, it's Santino Tiberio. They connect up ice, a little 2-on-2, and he's got the younger Logue up there, and that play kind of fizzled out, going for the sophomore Chase Logue, and not quite on target. Chris Marshall had a nice assist, I think it was him, on their first goal. And I think they had a couple players creeping in across the blue line and whistled down for an offside violation. With 11:43 to go in the first period and a 0-0 score, or I should say a 1-0 score for Holy Ghost. On the goal for number 39, Brady Logue. Here comes Gavahan. And a lead pass there, trying to connect with Anthony Valorite, is broken up. O.J. Roberts with Jackson Major trying on the counterattack, just get it in deep and wheel that around the boards deep into the zone. Makija was in after it, but now it's Holy Ghost on their way in. John Gavahan, and they put it on to Josh Bernheimer, hanging on for the save. And a stick save and a cover. And a face-off back in the Owen J. Roberts zone. First in the ICSHL Pioneer in the regular season, 9-7, but lost in the conference semifinals to the Springford Rams, and now back in behind the goal, working for it there is William Harmer and trying to put it out in front. Logue spins on the back end of the left circle and carries it over to the right wing side. Shake and bake and out in front and broken up while Harmer was trying to get a shot off on the net front. Some slick moves back there by Brady Logue. Now Logue scoots all the way back to his own team's blue line, and he can motor. Sends a hopper on, tricky to handle for Josh Bernheimer, and he hangs on. Now with 10:41 to go in the first period, and the shot 7-1, and an offensive zone faceoff for Holy Ghost. At the same time here at Hatfield, on the opposite rink, the 2-seed LaSalle, who would love to get another crack at Holy Ghost. LaSalle taking on Devon Prep, who had one heck of a season in just the third year of their program. So making some big strides. Devon Prep is going to be big underdogs to LaSalle, but they can score goals in bunches. Here comes Brady Logan for Holy Ghost over to the right wing, shooting in front of the goalie, through the blue, comes out of the left boards, and there's Nate Romer. Put it in down low behind the goal. Logan, a little handoff. They want a little backhand flick. Boy, he just tossed that up in the air from the side of the net, and a good try for Spatasino. Finished third in the APAC and scoring with 24 points. I think the goaltender, Bernheimer, maybe didn't even see it, and it bounced off of his shoulder. Gonzalez keeps it in, walking in front, and a little dangle and sliding it right through the blue. And Brady Lowe just couldn't quite finish. He beat the goalie and deked him out, and then ran out of angle, and he just shot it right behind the goalie and through the crease into the other side. As we get this next whistle with 9:51 remaining in the first period. As I was saying, LaSalle, the two-time defending Flyers Cup champions. Holy Ghost has won it before as well, but not for a decade. 4 times winners of the Flyers Cup, but the last time was 2015. But they've got a heck of a season with a lot of good seniors, including Logue, who we've seen a lot of already. Lucas Gonzalez is there with 4 goals, 13 assists, and Gonzalez digging and now carries it in behind the goal as pass up high, kind of handcuffed Brady Flynn on the backhand. Bounces off of his stick and back out to center where Joe Kaufman sends them right back in. It's pushed all the way back down ice. This is going to be an icing, it would appear, and yes, it is, with 9:31 to go in the first period. So the winner of this, which many anticipate would be the 1-seed Holy Ghost, will play the winner of the 4 versus 5 game, and that's Malvern Prep versus Salesianum, and that game would be on Thursday. Malvern Prep is the 4 seed, but they were a little off this season in the APAC and finished with a record of 5-10. So it'll be interesting to see how Malvern does against the 5 seed Salesianum, the APAC against the other conferences. Here's a shot and a goal off the face-off win, and it's Patrick Ozer who pushes it through on the stick side of Bernheimer. Ozer, who had 3 goals this season, and he lights the lamp. It is 2-0 Holy Ghost. The Firebirds are off and running right off the face-off win. And back to Patrick Ozer, the junior forward, stationed right back behind him. Owen J. Roberts is going to shoot it in. Jake Kuhn is in after it. Nice little bump there on the back check for the D. And now chipped all the way down ice, but it was touched by O.J. Roberts' Pupek, so no icing, and then it's on to the goalie anyway, so Bernheimer covers. 2-0 lead for the Holy Ghost Prep Firebirds. Yes, upsets have been known to happen even in the first round of our area high school hockey's version of March Madness. 45 years proud in the Flyers Cup. But we also do get our fair share of blowouts in the first round as well sometimes. And that's just the nature. I mean, it wouldn't be an upset if it wasn't expected to be a blowout. Here's a little shot from the side of the net. It goes in behind the goalie, but the cage knocked off the pegs after John Gavahan was trying to cut his way in and push it through. It bounced off of Bernheimer, and then it kind of goes into the net while the net was becoming dislodged. Shots are 11-1 Holy Ghost, so that kind of tells you the lopsided nature of this game. For the first couple of minutes, Owen J. Roberts was limiting Holy Ghosts on their shot tries, but now the Firebirds and head coach John Ritchie has his team stepping up. And I had to think, you know, they were really excited to win that first ever Founders Cup and take the APAC championship trophy over LaSalle for the first time ever. There was a collision along the near wall, so a penalty is coming up, and I see that Chase Logue is, I think he was the one who got bumped there. I believe he's okay. And they will take Carter Ritz to the box for O.J. Roberts on a cross-check. So, with 8:55 remaining in the first period, Holy Ghost will go on the power play against OJR. Owen J. Roberts put up goals in bunches in some of their wins. A couple of games against Shanahan Coatesville. Scored 14 goals twice in a game. And they had a couple other double-digit wins and some losses the other way. High-scoring games. Against Devon Prep, they had an 8-5 win and a wild one. We were just mentioning Devon. They're the 7 seed against the 2 seed LaSalle, taking place right now as well. So after it was cleared, now on the power play, and Chase Logue wheels around the zone and trying to pass it over there for Brady Logue, but tipped off of his stick. And here come the Logues getting it going again. So Brady Logue, 39 is the junior. Chase Logue, 92 is the sophomore. And speeding forward, and Valorite's got some good hands and some speedy wheels. Brady Logue trying a shot. Armstrong got out there and got a piece of that to block it. Comes out to center point with Chase Logue handling and handing it off for Valorite there on the left boards with 1 minute to go on the power play. They're not able to get a whole lot on net now. Sending it out in front from the left circle and a shot. Nice save there by Bernheimer to deny Gavahan. Off the back of the skate, Gavahan recovers, hands it off. Logue wanted to dangle his way through. OJR was wise to it, got a piece now on the back door. Out in front of the goal. Nice setup there for Gavahan from Brady Logue. Good quick passing on the seam all the way across. Gavahan scores on the power play, and it is 3-0 Firebirds. So from the left corner, that's the seam pass that started it off, and then just a little backhand flick into the slot for John Gavahan, the junior forward, who had 3 goals in the regular season, has a power play goal now in the Flyers Cup. And with 7:35 remaining in the first period, shots are 14-1, and the score is 3-0 for Holy Ghost. The puck has popped up and lands on the bench and out of play. It could really be interesting in the AAA bracket, although the way this one is going might not be as interesting tonight. I'll be interested to find out what happens with LaSalle and Devon Prep. Obviously, LaSalle is favored, and they would potentially play St. Joe's, the 3 seed, if they can get past 6 seed Father Judge in that 3-6 matchup happening tonight as well. Kinnery and Holy Ghost into the zone. This is a group that feels like they're a team of destiny. They were all determined, and it was there for the taking for them to win the APAC Founders Cup. They fulfilled that destiny. And after winning the Founders Cup in the APAC, they won a Flyers Cup title for Holy Ghost for the first time in a decade. From behind the goal, it's Lucas Gonzalez to start up the breakout here. And actually, that is 23 Chris Marshall. Lead pass, Barra. Zooms in up the right wing, shooting on the move, and Josh Bernheimer handles it and hangs on with 6:45 remaining in the first period. Fans Flyers Cup action on SFBN is presented by Top Shelf Sports and Apparel. Check it out online at TopShelfHockeySwag.com. 3-0 lead for the Firebirds. Romer shoots with a screen and a tip and a goal. Romer from the point and deflected in on goalie Josh Bernheimer. I don't know if Romer gets credit for that goal. It's 4-0 Firebirds. It looks like it was William Harmer leading the high five line who got a piece of it. Definitely changed direction. So a pair of goals less than a minute apart for the Firebirds, and it is 4-0. Yeah, he was cutting in front there, and I think got a piece. So it is 4-0 Holy Ghost in the first period, and the shots are 16-1. And look, I honestly, it's not a big surprise. Owen J. Roberts came into this matchup knowing that they're big underdogs. It doesn't make it taste any better, I guess, but they kind of knew this was a possibility coming in because Holy Ghost is just a wagon, and O.J. Roberts coming from the ICSHL going up against an APAC powerhouse and first-place team. They know they're in for a tough time if Holy Ghost gets its scoring chances, which they have done so far. So that puck goes out of play. Shots are 16-1, and the score is 4-0 for Holy Ghost. I just look at the APAC stats and numbers, and you didn't have a whole ton of players. I mean, Brady Logue with 35 points, that's a good season, but you didn't have a bunch of guys getting 50 points, 60 points at the top of the scoring heap because he had such good goaltenders, including Jack Unger here with 1 save on 1 shot. He hasn't had to do anything, but a 180 goals against average, and Jacob Rossi for LaSalle at a 198 goals against, and Declan Geary for St. Joe's a 227 goals against, and Matthew Crawford for Malvern a 238 in his time. A lot of good defense and goaltending in this league, which says something about the structure of the games as well, as Holy Ghost comes in across the line and whistled for an offside with 5:47 to go in the first period. Let's see, Brady Logue, Ozer, Gavahan, and Harmer, the goal scorers for the Firebirds of Holy Ghost. And a face-off win for the OJR Wildcats. Grady Jones is a senior looking for an exit. Now kind of tipped off of a stick, and they'll try it again. Here comes Joseph Toner. Knocked off of his possession, but the captain is there to pick him up, Grady Jones, and across to Carter Ritz, and it's rolled in deep into the Holy Ghost zone, where we haven't had a whole lot of play so far in the first period, and a long tangle up for the puck. They might actually need to whistle this one as a frozen puck, which is a very rare thing in hockey these days. The officials want him to keep on playing, and Makija came in there, barging his way in and using some muscle to kind of pop it free on Kaufman, and then a whistle is called, and they're going to call him on a boarding there, saying that he went a little over the line on that. So Holy Ghost will get an unsportsmanlike is called, actually. And Holy Ghost will have another power play here as Makija goes to the box. So Holy Ghost is 1 for 1 on the power play, and will go on a second power play. We're going to build on a 4-0 lead, and there on the face-off is Brady Logue, and they got him coming back. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of good seniors on this team, but their top gun, Brady Logue, is returning next year. Shot off the left pad there of Bernheimer on that drive from the left point by Declan Heens, and then it's all the way back to the Holy Ghost side. And they're starting it up, and here's Logue, he's just got wheels. Circles back behind his own goalie, and now he's going to rush into the zone and across all 3 lines, picking up speed as he goes. And he tried to stuff it into the backhand. Coast-to-coast try. And Bernheimer with the right pad save, barely got a piece. Gavahan, the handoff there. And in behind the goal was Chase Logue trying to do something with it. It was popped off of his stick and rolled over to John Gavahan with a goal today. They worked it over for Brady Logue and wanted to center it out in front, but it was steered away and just sort of deflected wide of Gavahan and back out to center. All right, back in, and here they come. Logue to the right wing. Wanted to turn the corner. He couldn't quite do it there with the defenseman Pupek leaning on him. Behind him is Chase Logue. 39 is Brady Logue. You've got the 2 Logue kids out there. And Valerie from the point, and a shot. It's deflected. It is loose. Low slot. O.J. Roberts is guarding space, and they just tried to fling it out of there, but it got a little bit on the top of the stick of Max Cannell, and the senior accidentally threw it over the boards and out of play. With 3:45 to go in the first and 45 seconds left on the Holy Ghost power play, the Firebirds second of the game, and a 4-0 lead. Brady Logue, Patrick Ozer, John Gavahan, and the most recent goal was from William Harmer, or Billy Harmer, if you will. Off the face-off, and 1 for Holy Ghost, and Kaufman walking the line, shooting all the way through on the pads there of Bernheimer, and bounced over to the corner. Lucas Gonzalez digging, has it on the blue line, handing it off. Barra way over to the right wall, and try to throw it in down low, and he does. And they're just rotating and cycling. Now with 23 seconds left in the power play, loose in front, right on top of him. Marshall blasted it on to Bernheimer with a couple of saves. The puck actually popped free a little bit, but the officials cut him a little slack and blow the whistle for him there with 3:20 to go, first period, and 20 seconds left on this power play. Shots in the game are 21-2. And a 4-0 lead on a face-off win for the Firebirds. Kinnery back to the point. Gonzalez put it in down low, and here's Bernheimer in a 4-0 game and just under siege all period and still working and competing and battling. And it's thrown out of there and all the way down ice, and a good clear all the way. Length of the ice for Luke Armstrong for O.J. Roberts. And now rushing back up is Kaufman. We're back to 5-on-5. So the Firebirds couldn't score on that power play. Kaufman tries a shot, misses the net, goes around the boards, and over to the other side. Kaufman chasing after his own shot. Back in behind the goal, Matt Couture absorbs some contact and pushing forward. It's Grady Jones starting OJR running. Here's McAteer up the right wing, shooting, tough save, rebound, and it's pushed wide. Jack Unger reaching way up high to get that tricky, sharp angle, high shot from McAteer, and another shot from the right circle, and that missing behind the goal on a drive from the freshman Jake Kuhn. Carrying it up high, there's Ritz. Rolls it in down low for Jake Kuhn. A little all out in front. Ritz right on his right pad, and a nice save for Jack Unger. He's barely done anything in the first period, but here, 3 consecutive saves and some dandies for Unger against OJR. And now they had a little bit of trouble in their own zone, but they have some support and recovery. Smarin is back in with Ozer. Smarin shooting and a stick save. Bernheimer, and popped up and out of play with 1:51 to go in the first period. A 4-0 lead here in this round 1 game in the AAA bracket. The Flyers Cup 45 years strong. Exclusive coverage on SFBN on our YouTube channels. And I think we've got about 5 games going on at the same time right now, including 2 at Hatfield. You got the AAA and the AA. The single A started yesterday with some of the play-in games, and some of them were right here as well, including Springfield Delco and Plymouth Whitemarsh and some other good teams. And then they got to turn around and play the very next day against the 6th seed Hershey Trojans. That's quite a quick turnaround. You win a game and then you got to play the very next day. OJR throws it into the Holy Ghost zone. Ryan Lippy there to scoop it up. Here come the Firebirds. Smarin navigating across the line, barely onside. Nope, Ozer was offside. I thought he was. Then there wasn't a whistle at first, but yeah, Ozer was just a tick too soon. So here, when you get to a point like this, and you know, you haven't totally put the game away early, but I think we can kind of see what's happening here. You want to get out of this game safely, and it becomes a tune-up for your next game, and they've got a tougher challenge forthcoming on Thursday night, playing the winner of the game later on at Iceline, Malvern Prep against Salesianum. Kept in on a point. You don't want it to become point night either. I mean, you want the guys to play with the right structure and do the right things, because it turns into, you know, not a scrimmage per se, but you want to play the right way, because you've got 2 more big games coming up, the semifinals and then hopefully the championship game. Here's Logue out in front. He scores. Brady Logue setting it up from behind the goal as he was creeping in between the 2 circles. And he rifles out of the upper right corner. Brady Logue has his 2nd goal of the game. It's 5 goals in the first period for the Firebirds, and it's 5-0. So Brady Logue out in front of the upper right corner. And Holy Ghost is displaying its dominance, and convincingly so. Joe Spadacino had it bumped away. Harmer absorbed some contact from Lehman, and then it's rolled into the Owen J. Roberts zone. Nice intercepted center. Chris Marshall had the anticipation, but I think he had a player and a teammate ahead of him and across the line. Didn't want to take an offside, so he just put it in deep. Here comes OJR. Toner up ice. Rolled in deep, and I guess he was behind the red line when he sent it in down ice. So an icing violation. You know, this Holy Ghost team, they've had the fabulous goaltending of Unger. They have not played a ton of really huge blowouts. They have not scored in double digits in any games this year. Their offense is good, but it's not something where they've been lighting it up for 8 goals a game or anything like that. Beginning the season, they defeated Devon Prep 8-3. And then a lot of convincing wins after that, but a lot of them like 5-1 and 4-1 scores. 4-2, 5-1 over St. Joseph, 4-1 over Hun School, 5-1 over Hun School again as the first period comes to a close here. So they win convincingly, but not by rout margins like we're seeing here. 5-0 for the Firebirds of Holy Ghost Prep after 1 period of play. It is the Flyers Cup on SFBN, presented by Top Shelf Sports and Apparel, 5-zip Holy Ghost. 2nd period is coming up.
Do you know what a blue hen is? It's prideful, spirited, fiery. A blue hen never backs down from a challenge. And we're there to support them. Delaware Orthopedic Specialist, the official orthopedic partner of University of Delaware Athletics.
Haddon Planning Group is an independent financial advisory firm serving all Flyers fans across the country. Located in Pennsylvania since 1981, we will offer a free financial plan to all parents of student athletes participating in the Flyers Cup. For more information about our services, go to haddonplanning.com or call Jake Reardon at 856-428-5300.
Hi, I'm Tommy Green, former pitcher for the Philadelphia Phillies. When I was in high school, it was very important to me to show scouts what I could do. My friends at Payroll Service Solutions are huge supporters of high school sports and the Sports Fan Base Network. If you're a small to medium-sized business in need of a payroll company, contact Payroll Service Solutions. Not only will they take care of you, they will continue to support the community. For more information, contact Payroll Service Solutions at 215-624-0922 or 866-PAY-EASY.
This broadcast is presented by the Flyers Cup and SFBN, who own all broadcast rights. Any other use of this telecast or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of this game, including social media, is strictly prohibited.
Back inside Hatfield Ice Rink from Colmar, and 45 years strong of Flyers Cup high school hockey tournament action. And some games, end up like this when you get a one seed going up in their first round game, especially if they don't get a first round bye. And it's a 5-0 lead for Holy Ghost after one. A pair of goals for Brady Logue, also goals for Patrick Ozer, John Gavahan, and William Harmer. The shots in the first 24-5. Holy Ghost 1 for 2 on the power play, and OJR did not get a power play. Holy Ghost with possession here to start the second period. And Kaufman in a lead pass. Here's Gavahan with a goal and looking for another nice save off the blocker there for Josh Bernheimer, who deflected it off the end boards and now popped up high in the air, and a bouncer that sails all the way back to the Holy Ghost side. Brady Flynn will tap it forward. It is scooped up by Richard Pupek and thrown in deep, and that's going to be an icing on the Owen J. Roberts Wildcats. So here's Brady Logue with his 19 goals coming into this game, and now with 21. And man, is he a smooth skating forward, and the junior center. This time couldn't win the faceoff though, and it is Evan Foster for OJR, who was there with Russell Pupek and thrown all the way down ice and to the Owen J. Roberts zone. Skitters around the boards, and here comes Ryan Lippy, one to connect with Harmer, didn't make it through. Scooped up by Foster for OJR. A little tangle up there, right there on the blue line and right there at the bench of Owen J. Roberts. And then rolling on its edge, nice little chip. Harmer, as he pushed it over there and trying to get running in. And there's a shot that's blocked, and Lippy's going to try it, and that didn't make it on net. Lippy and Anthony Kuhn collide in the other corner, and it's pushed out to center. Trying to get it running was Colin Dougherty, and almost could have had a breakaway. Brady Logue is back in, and in behind the goal, it's Joe Spadacino, who was third in the APAC in scoring with 10 goals, 14 assists, and 24 points. Chris Marshall shoots, a little bouncer, and Logue got a tip and a nice stick save for Bernheimer. A little bit of collision there in the corner with Spadacino digging for it down there. Logue pulls it away, tossed it out in front. Gonzalez didn't want to turn to shoot, and now a hopper on the blue line. It's tough to control, and back the other way comes Russell Pupek, who's in on the right wing, and a little tangle up over there. Spins into the Holy Ghost Prep Firebird side. Here comes John Ritchie's crew, already with a 5-0 lead. Brady Logue is in. Whip that all the way across and down low. Oh, what a save! Josh Bernheimer as he denies Lucas Gonzalez on the back door. Snappy east-west passing for Holy Ghost, and Bernheimer pulls the splits and had a doozy on the right pad. Gonzalez trying to go backdoor again. This time it was Brian Kinnery cutting in the pass. A little too far out in front. Kinnery leaves it in down low for Barra. Up high, Chris Marshall shooting through a screen. And a save off the left pad for Bernheimer. Another drive from the right point. That's rocketed high by Spadacino. Got a little underneath that one. From the left boards, Chris Marshall tried one. Off the right pad, Bernheimer. Not nearly as spectacular as the save he had made about a minute ago. Gonzalez tipped it back to the point. They were changing players at the bench, and the new guy, Brady Flynn, comes in and scoots back, does the sophomore blue liner to pick it up. And here comes Colin Barra, a senior, who put it in, now trying to dangle from the right of the cage. It wasn't open. Banked it up high. Nice keep on the point, and not quite. Nope. Thought he kept it in, but it was still hopping around on his backhand for Tiberio and couldn't quite hold it on the line. So play is blown down for the offside, and we'll do a neutral zone face-off now. And, you know, even in a 5-0 game that is, you know, you feel like it's probably mostly decided. Boy, oh boy, the competitive spirit there of this kid, Josh Bernheimer, who made one heck of a save. Cut into the zone. That was off the knob of the stick, I think, on the drive for the sophomore, Chase Logue. That was way up high on Bernheimer. Out in front, a shot and a stick save. That was Gavahan creeping in and blasting it on from the high slot. Banked around the boards. Here's Gavahan from the right corner. Doesn't have any support over there on the other side. They got a little too lopsided over there on the right wing side. And then behind the blue line, and Joe Kaufman, the senior defenseman, couldn't keep it in. So that's an offside call. Shots in the second period are 6-0, and shots in the game are now 30-5 for Holy Ghost. And the Firebirds with a 5-0 lead and counting down to 13 minutes to go in the second period of a neutral zone faceoff. Junior John Gavahan had 3 goals and 6 assists for 9 points on the season. Faceoff win for OJ. Here's Franklin Hartman. Kind of spins and scoots away from Chase Logue. Now across the line, passed a little bit behind Colin Costello over there. Nicely stepping up, and good anticipation of the pinch for Pupek. And finally, Brady Flynn finds an exit. Connecting up there for Valerie. And it comes up high in the air off the top of the glass. Kaufman swats it all the way down in. And Hartman from behind the goal to try to start the breakout, but they got in a little trouble there. They're going to try it the other way. Hartman's going to have to hurry it along from the corner. He finds Costello, and they just get an exit to toss it out to center. Captain Ryan Lippy for the Firebirds. Nice pass right on the tape. Brady Logue on the move of the left wing. Costello knocked it off his stick before Logue could crank up a shot. He already has 2 goals today. Romer kept it on the point, jabbed it on a backhand into the middle. Pupek anticipated and coasts it all the way out to the Holy Ghost line. Pass bounced over the stick of Logue, and that was Spadacino chasing after it, but beaten to the puck. Hartman, and actually Armstrong sent it behind his own goal. Out in front, Cody Lehman couldn't quite handle it. Logue is in, shooting! Blocker save. Bernheimer knocked that one away. So that's 7 straight saves in the second period for Owen J. Roberts Wildcats goaltender Josh Bernheimer. Into the zone comes Brady Logue from his own side and connecting up ice with Spadacino. They're trying to find an exit. Kuhn got a bump on a man, but Lippy throws it forward. Harmer, way away from the benches, will toss it in deep. Long lead pass by Ritz. That was tipped, so no icing. And Toner gets in on his horse after it. And OJR trying to set up something for an offensive attack here, and they haven't had a whole lot going on here in the second period. A lot of work here from behind the goal. Grady Jones, a senior, and then stolen away, Ryan Lippy. And here comes Holy Ghost. Cross-ice pass beyond the reach of Gonzalez. Would have been an icing, but it actually caromed off the board straight at the goalie. So it wasn't going to be an icing. Now a turnover, and Kinnery in, and he shot it wide past the left pad of Bernheimer. Kinnery was all alone on that intercept. Back to the right point, and there comes Carter Ritz to block that shot and cleared out to center with Grady Jones in pursuit. Holy Ghost throws it over to the other side, and Barra Absorbs some contact from Kuhn. Put it in down low. Gonzalez in after it. Forced a hurried pass, but good work for Owen J. Roberts on the breakout. Collision right underneath us with Chris Marshall and Carter Ritz of OJR. Here come the Wildcats in and a shot, and Grady Jones whistled it high over the right shoulder of Jack Unger, kind of ducking for dear life. And now Gonzalez rushes back the other way into the zone for Holy Ghost up to the left wing. And catching up to him in the corner is Jake Kuhn. Up high, Flynn. Delayed penalty coming up on the Firebirds, and a shot from the right boards to Barrio is on the pad of Bernheimer. OJR trying to get a touch here. Extra attacker is on. The goalie pulled. Valerite. The shot deflected by Bernheimer, but that's not possession. 6-on-5 on the delayed penalty with the pulled goalie. Continues here for Holy Ghost. Logue for Valerite. Rolled around the boards to Barrio. On the right wall. Ritz tied him up. Still can't quite reach the puck enough for possession. Then they try to dangle, and now touched by Owen J. Roberts as play is whistled down, and the player took a little bit of a spill there on some contact in the corner. So power play coming up for Holy Ghost. 1 for 2, and this will be their third. They haven't scored here in the second period. Shots in the period are now 8-0, and the score remains 5-0. Elsewhere, in the Flyers Cup at the AAA level, LaSalle so far is handling Devon Prep. It's 3-0 at the end of 2, and I had a feeling that Devon could give LaSalle a bit of a handful, or at least a decent game, and it would appear that they have done so thus far. And AA, Central Bucks East and Downingtown West. No score in the second period for that AA matchup. So Central Bucks East, yeah, I wanted to check on that, as the 11 seed, and with a 2-0 lead over the 6th seed. So the Whippets in some trouble there. A little surprising. I mean, 11 versus 6, 10 versus 7, even 12 versus 5. Yeah, that happens sometimes. You have 12 teams in the AA bracket this year, so it's been trimmed a little bit. You get some teams that get some buys at the AA level. Intercept for Pupek, and he's going to carry it out here on the penalty kill and throw it all the way in down low. And yeah, a little short-handed push and a spinning shot. Luke Armstrong from the left dot. Couldn't quite get it on target. Here comes Holy Ghost in, and Chase Logue on the left point. Walk into the center point on a shot. It's all the way onto the blocker. Bernheimer is really actually seeing it pretty well. I mean, he's made 28 saves on 33 shots. It's kind of going to go for naught here for his team, but he's putting forth a really strong competitive effort and has made some dandy saves. All right, 1 minute to go on the penalty against Jake Kuhn. Here comes Logue, rushing up the left wing, trying to put on a move into the middle, bumped off the puck, and a shot. Nice save on the left pad for Bernheimer on the big drive from Nate Romer. And again picked up by the Wildcats, and some good work on the penalty kill, and the long clear all the way down. Shots in the period are 10-0. Shots in the game 34-6. Carried into the zone and Kinnery, and dropped it back to the point and pushed over for Nate Romer, and a shot pass deflected on a little backhand try for Chris Marshall, getting into the left slot, and he fluttered it over to the other side. Brady Logue with a couple of goals. They were both in the first period. No scoring for Holy Ghost here in the second. Josh Bernheimer has held him off. Romer gives for Gonzalez. 10 seconds left, power play. Down to the corner with Chris Marshall up there. From behind the goal, looking for an opening. Kinnery. Now they'll try it the other way. Romer from outside the left dot. Back door and chipping it wide. Kinnery missed. And now another try. Romer, and it's on Bernheimer. And he fights that off. It bounds away. Back to the point, Barrow. We're back to 5-on-5. His shot deflected by Grady Jones and bounces over there. And there's Chris Marshall stepping up along with Kinnery. Scooped up and cutting in front. Gonzalez, a shot and a pad save. And we had a couple of players. What is this? Are their masks really stuck together? That's what it was. And they are laughing about it. So two kids there got stuck in the corner, Chris Marshall and Max Connell. And their masks got locked and latched together. And so the referee blows play down and had to come in. And while these guys were they were stuck. They looked like, headlock Siamese twins there. They were stuck together. And thankfully, they seem to be very good natured about their rather unusual predicament. O.J. Roberts out to center, and now a holding penalty is called here. And Holy Ghost had the puck, I think, when they blew this whistle, so this might be a power play for Owen J. Roberts, and it is. So they're taking Mike Privitera to the box, and Owen J. Roberts will get its first power play of the game, and trying for more than just the one shot on goal that they have so far in the second. It's actually 10-1 are the shots on goal. Grady Jones, the senior, on the faceoff, and he had 17 goals this year to lead the team, and he won the draw. From the right wing side, and there is Hartman keeping it in. They're just trying to push it out in front, see if they can get on the board, but instead it's cleared all the way down the other way, and got to hurry it along here. Does Bernheimer, and he does. Here comes Foster up the right wing and into the zone. He saw his man on the back door, but I don't think he saw the man in the middle who was ready to intercept. That was Gavahan, and now a delayed penalty is coming up again. And we have an interference call, and this one I think goes against Owen J. Roberts. And so that does it for the OJR power play on the interference call, and I think they got Makija there. So we'll have 4-on-4 out of this, and Owen J. Roberts had the power play for just 33 seconds. Boy, this place was pretty packed. Before the games had started, we got two games going on here at Hatfield because the LaSalle versus Devon prep game is happening on the opposite rink. So a lot of players and fans and students coming out and supporting their schools and their friends. Out in front, goal! There's Logue for the Hattie! Brady Logue down low, and he roughs it on the assist from Joe Kaufman. Brady Logue has the trifecta, and it is 6-0 Holy Ghost. Really nice assist by Kaufman, finding Brady Logue down there. Hats off to Brady Logue, and it's 6-0 Holy Ghost. 3 goals already in the Flyers Cup. Logue the face-off win. Yeah, Bernheimer's made some terrific saves here in the second, but really don't think there was a whole lot he could have done on that one. Lippy is going to peel back from some contact. Now a cross-ice pass. Chase Logue chases it down, and then he kind of got spun off and almost tripped up by Joe Toner, and back out to center. Lippy with Toner pursuing. Lippy slides it across. Now a nice lead pass for Chase Logue, and he's in with Brady too. Chase Logue stuffs it in and scores on the backhander. The Logues score them back-to-back, and they do it 38 seconds apart. Chase Logue had 5 goals on the season. The sophomore gets his first of the Flyers Cup, and it is 7-0 Firebirds with a nice little backhand toss past the right pad of Josh Bernheimer. So of the 7 goals, 4 of them have come from the Logues. 3 from Brady Logue, the junior, and 1 from Chase Logue, the sophomore, and they are having themselves a time. 7-0 Holy Ghost, 5 minutes to go in the second. Barra from the Holy Ghost side, who steers it back in behind the goal. Spatasino chased out of there a little bit by Colin Costello. Now he's just going to carry it up himself. Here's the big man getting to the red line and throwing it in around the boards, around the yellow and down low for Josh Bernheimer. Battle on the boards. Colin Barra's there, jabbing away for it was big Luke Armstrong for Owen J. Roberts, and Holy Ghost just trying to keep it in and see if they can tack on another here. I mean, they went a good 11 minutes of the second period without even breaking through. It was a 5-0 game for the entire second period before Brady Logue and Chase Logue scored back-to-back, 38 seconds apart. All the way down low, trying to center for Gonzalez. I think that was Tiberio there. It was, and now Owen J. Roberts is going to throw it in deep. And all the way back in behind the goal. Tiberio protecting the puck, but shoved off of it. Cody Lehman. Lehman down there looking for an exit. Not coming out in front and covered. Jack Unger, who hasn't really been challenged a whole lot today, but if Holy Ghost is going to win its first Flyers Cup in a decade, they will be relying certainly more heavily on the senior Jack Unger. And a lot of times you get the hot goalie, and that is the difference maker in the Flyers Cup and also in the state championship games against the Penguins Cup winners. Jack Unger with a 180 goals against average and a .922 save percentage. Some wonderful numbers, going 11-2-1 overall for a Holy Ghost team, finishing at 18-4-1. Into the zone, Flynn to the left wing and on the backhand, throws it on net and off the paddle there, Bernheimer holding that against his right pad and whacking it right back into the corner. There's Evan Foster down there. Pupak looking for a clear, blocked down on the point and shot wide. Cutting in was Kaufman, who pushed that over to the corner. Now Kaufman on the left point, kept it in down low and trying to knock it in. Patrick Ozer couldn't quite have the finish around the right skate there of Bernheimer, who was on his backhand and just couldn't quite reach it to finish it off. Now Ozer on the lead pass from Logue. He's in on the right wing, cuts it on goal, tried to play it in behind the goalie and decided didn't really have the shot. Hangs onto the puck and then it's dropped for Brady Logue, bounced off of his stick and back out to center, and that little push kind of fizzled out there on him. Anthony Kuhn on the blue line into the zone and a shot, a blocker save there for Jack Unger with his 8th save of the game. Nice connection up there. Spatasino is in. He has Kaufman 2-on-1. The pass goes off the leg and jabbed in, a goal. It's Joe Kaufman who spots it between the pads of Bernheimer and knocks it in. Kaufman from Spatasino. He was trying to center. It goes off the D-man's legs. And instead, it bounces over to the goaltender where Kaufman catches up to it and knocks it in. Kaufman from Spatasino with 2:11 left in the second period. Holy Ghost 8, Owen J. Roberts nothing. And the shots are 40-8 here. So you see it go off the leg there. So yeah, he had it, but he hadn't covered. And he only had about a millisecond to get to it before they might have blown the whistle for Bernheimer for the cover. But it was loose and Kaufman got in there and jabbed it right through. 8-0. Here is Brady Logue behind the goal and rolled over the left point. Nate Romer leaves it center point. Lippy a shot. And where's the puck? And it turns out Bernheimer's got it, and they also called a penalty on the play. And so I think they're taking an OJR player to the box, and let's see here. So a roughing penalty on Chase McAteer. And so Holy Ghost, 1 for 3 on the power play, will go on its 4th power play of the game for the Firebirds, who are living large and loving life, cruising to an 8-0 lead, including 5 goals in the first, 3 goals in the second, a hat trick for Brady Logue, and the beat goes on. And the shots are 40-8. Going to the back door and wanted to get Brady Logue another, but it bounced over his stick, kept it on the point. Kaufman just scored the last one, shooting and a stick save. They're reaching for it there, and it is covered by Josh Bernheimer, who has 33 saves on 41 shots. Trying to hold off this powerhouse Holy Ghost team as best he can. Brady Logue is on the face-off in the left wing circle, and he wins it on second effort. And back to Kaufman on the point. who dances around Jones a little bit, trying to shoot it on. Found some traffic and some bodies. Loose on the side of the net. Pulled away. Logue, one of the center, hit off of a leg, and now short-handed push for OJR. Luke Armstrong there with Grady Jones and thrown deep into the Holy Ghost zone. Chase Logue is ready to start it up from behind the Holy Ghost goal with 1:05 to go in the period and 1:20 to go on the Firebirds power play. Nice moves by Logue through center and now way over to the right wing. Pupek caught up to him, tried to get a body on him. Logue shakes him off. Shot and a goal! And cutting in from inside the right dot, John Gavigan with his second goal of the game. And it comes from Brady Logue, and it is 9-0 Holy Ghost. So Logue gets the assist and sets up Gavigan right there, cutting in from the right dot for his second of the game and second of the Flyers Cup. And Gavigan, who had 3 goals during the regular season, has 2 today. That is a power play goal. Holy Ghost is 2 for 4 on the power play. 5 goals in the first, 4 goals in the second. It was an emotional and an exciting APAC Founders Cup win that they had last week over LaSalle. This one maybe not quite as intense, but an impressive showing nonetheless in the first round of the Flyers Cup and a 9-0 lead. And they're going for 10. If they can beat the buzzer here, Lippy on the point, shoots, and it's deflected. Looked like Kuhn had a piece, comes out of the other side and poked away from Romer. I mean, they're down 9-0, and I see Owen J. Roberts still going out there and playing hard, and kudos to them. Jake Kuhn looking for an exit. Kept in there in the corner. Lucas Gonzalez fighting for it down there. Kinnery is in as well. And just a couple seconds left. And they got some hard shoves in on Lucas Gonzalez. Lippy out in front. Stick save and a rebound. And now a little bit of contact there at the end of the second period. Birds proud. Shots on goal. Holy Ghost 43. And Owen J. Roberts 8. And after 2 periods, Holy Ghost is dominating Owen J. Roberts in the 1 versus 8 game. And the Firebirds are well on their way to advancing to the semifinals. Holy Ghost 9. Owen J. Roberts nothing. Exclusive coverage of the Flyers Cup on the Sports Fanbase Network powered by YouTube.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Elbion Padulary in Feasterville, Trevose today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Michael & Company, certified public accountants, believe that your bottom line is as important to them as it is to you. Why? Because they care about the things that you care about. Whereas most accountants can take your numbers and put them on financial statements and tax returns, Bluestein and Michael work with you through the year to help you solve problems by providing sound professional advice. They enable you to make key business decisions, and they are with you throughout the entire year, not just tax time. Bluestein and Michael are not just hired hands. They are part of your team, and they provide professional service when you need it most. Bluestein and Michael specialize in accounting, tax, and consulting services for small businesses, primarily for the construction industry. If you're looking for yes men, hire someone else. But if you want sound advice from service-oriented CPAs, then
This broadcast is presented by the Flyers Cup and SFBN, who own all broadcast rights. Any other use of this telecast or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of this game, including social media, is strictly prohibited.
Okay, well, it looks like by mutual agreement, we are dispensing with the ice cut that is normally the case after 2 periods. So I hope this didn't catch you off guard, but, we weren't positive of what they were going to do here. But they are dispensing with the ice cut at intermission. It's a 9-0 game, and obviously you have some mercy rule implications here, too, if you get to 10. Lippy put it in down low. And it's a 9-0 lead for Holy Ghost. The shots in the game are 44-8. Shots in the second were 20-3. And I think the idea is, let's make this official and get through it, and we can get on our way. And Holy Ghost with one more goal, and nope, it's not happening there. Bernheimer covers and took a little bit of a stick jab there. Boy, he's taken a little bit of a couple whacks, I guess. Harmer was in there digging on the shot by Spadacino. So the winner of this one, which it appears will be Holy Ghost, of course, and Holy Ghost will play the winner of the 4 versus 5 game, which is Malvern Prep versus Salesianum. And I mean, Holy Ghost beat Malvern, a couple times this year, 4-1, 4-2. That is hardly a gimme for the Firebirds. Yeah, they beat them, and Malvern finished in 4th, but he got a good goaltending game, and it wouldn't be that incredibly surprising. I mean, you keep the game tight, and then anything's possible. But yeah, they played Malvern a couple weeks ago, 4-1. There's a shot on to Bernheimer. Are they calling that? Is that a goal? Is that in? It is. I beg your pardon. So that's the 10th goal, and it was shot in, I believe, by Tiberio. I was looking up some other numbers there, everyone. And so with that 10th goal with 15:53 left, that officially gets us to mercy rule territory. And a 10-0 win in the first round for the Holy Ghost Prep Firebirds, the 1 seed over the 8 seed Owen J. Roberts Wildcats. And it didn't get too feisty, and when you get, to the ends of your careers for some of the seniors here on OJR, and they only have a couple, but for those kids, obviously, there is some serious emotions here. But for the most part, good job for the kids, and a classy, I think, interaction here in this game when obviously we ended up with the blowout result. But it's a mercy rule win for Holy Ghost Prep, and that's why we skipped the ice cut between periods 2 and 3. Congratulations to John Ritchie's Holy Ghost Prep Firebirds, and a hat trick for Brady Logue, a pair of goals for Gavigan. Chase Logue with a goal as well, and they advance to play in the Flyers Cup AAA semifinals on Thursday night. TBD, they will play the winner of 4 seed Malvern Prep and 5 seed Salesianum. So Holy Ghost comes in here, takes care of business, and a 10-0 win over the Owen J. Roberts Wildcats. Flyers Cup action on SFBN is presented by Top Shelf Sports and Apparel. Check it out online at TopShelfHockeySwag.com. And check out all the other games, because we've got like half a dozen going at a time on the various other channels on SFBN, powered by YouTube, including the 2 versus 7 matchup on the opposite rink. Heck, we can walk over there and catch part of that if we wanted to with LaSalle. And right now, of course, Holy Ghost and LaSalle are hoping they get a date with destiny with each other again. But there's going to be some semifinal opponents along the way to say something about that. LaSalle had a 3-0 lead on Devon Prep, plus all of the other action all week long. It's a fortnight of high school hockey chaos in the 45th Flyers Cup. Bob Rotruk signing off from Hatfield Ice Rink in Colmar, where Holy Ghost takes care of business and takes care of Owen J. Roberts in round 1 in a 10-0 win. Thanks for joining us, everyone, for Flyers Cup action on SFBN, powered by YouTube.
Hey fans, the Sports Fanbase Network is offering player shoutouts on every Flyers Cup game live stream. Give your favorite player their 15 seconds of fame. Just send $25 via Venmo or Cash App to the SFBN Then you send an email to thesfbn@gmail.com with the name and team of your player, a high-resolution photo, and a 1 to 2 line script for the SFBN commentators to read. Once the payment and email is completed, SFBN will reply to confirm receipt, and you will see your player shout-out at least once per game played. So send out a player shout-out for every Flyers Cup broadcast here on the Sports Fan Base Network.
Attention hockey players. The 2025 Keystone State Games Ice Hockey Tournament will be July 25th through 27th, 2025 at Penn State University State College. If you reside in Bucks, Chester, Delaware, Montgomery, or Philadelphia counties, and you are interested in playing in this tournament, please scan the QR code on your screen and pre-register today.
Hi, I'm Marty Bystrom, former pitcher for the Philadelphia Phillies. In my experience in Major League Baseball, I know how important it is for high school athletes to gain exposure. My friends at Payroll Service Solutions are huge supporters of high school sports and the Sports Fan Base Network. If you are a small to medium-sized business in need of a payroll company, contact Payroll Service Solutions. Not only will they take care of you, they will continue to support the community. For more information, contact Payroll Service Solutions at 215-624-0922 or 866-PAY-EASY.
Do you know what a blue hen is? It's prideful, spirited, fiery. A blue hen never backs down from a challenge. And we're there to support them. Delaware Orthopedic Specialist, the official orthopedic partner of University of Delaware Athletics.
Haddon Planning Group is an independent financial advisory firm serving all Flyers fans across the country. Located in Pennsylvania since 1981, we will offer a free financial plan to all parents of student athletes participating in the Flyers Cup. For more information about our services, go to haddonplanning.com or call Jake Reardon at 856-428-5300.
Hey fans, the Sports Fan Base Network is offering player shoutouts on every Flyers Cup game live stream. Give your favorite player their 15 seconds of fame. Just send $25 via Venmo or Cash App to the SFBN. Then you send an email to thesfbn@gmail.com with the name and team of your player, a high-resolution photo, and a 1 to 2 line script for the SFBN commentators to read. Once the payment and email is completed, SFBN will reply to confirm receipt, and you will see your player shout-out at least once per game played. So send out a player shout-out for every Flyers Cup broadcast here on the Sports Fan Base Network.
Attention hockey players. The 2025 Keystone State Games Ice Hockey Tournament will be July 25th through 27th, 2025 at Penn State University State College. If you reside in Bucks, Chester, Delaware, Montgomery, or Philadelphia counties, and you are interested in playing in this tournament, please scan the QR code on your screen and pre-register today.